Welcome, organizational leaders, to this explainer. Today we're focusing on a critical transition in modern operations. We're looking at the realities of integrating artificial intelligence into everyday work. More specifically, we're exploring where that integration actually takes root. So, let's dive right in and establish a foundational baseline. AI use is not the same as AI adoption. Simply using a new piece of technology, well, that doesn't mean an organization has truly adopted it into their day-to-day operations.
To really understand this distinction, we can look to the approach of Growth Partners AI Consulting. Growth Partners AI Consulting is a human-first AI adoption advisory practice. Their focus is firmly on helping organizations make AI useful, trusted, and, practical in everyday work. And they do this through three connected areas: people, workflows, and systems.
Let's move into our first section, the workflows layer. Now, this is the second layer of the adoption process, and it's often where the real transition happens. You see, adding a tool beside an unchanged process, that's really just activity. True adoption requires looking carefully at the workflow itself. AI becomes useful when teams deliberately connect it to specific elements of everyday work. Think about the real tasks, the decisions being made, the communication, the handoffs, and those critical review points. Adoption requires clear direction about how the work itself should actually move forward.
Which brings us to our next area: judgment and human review.
Once we understand how the work moves, we have to shift our focus to the necessary boundaries and human responsibilities within a redesigned workflow. This highlights a really vital distinction. As an organization, you must clearly identify where AI may assist and, on the flip side, where professional judgment must remain human. Visible human review is an essential boundary when you're responsibly integrating these tools into any operational environment.
Furthermore, establishing role clarity, clear communication, and determining who exactly owns the final decision are vital steps. These factors help your people understand what is changing and what they can actually expect. Establishing these practical routines helps responsible use become part of daily work rather than just some isolated experiment.
This philosophy is perfectly captured by Growth Partners AI Consulting. They state, "We don't build the technology, we build the conditions that make it work." Their role is to help leadership teams diagnose workflow fit, align the people involved, and guide those practical adoption decisions. The technical implementation? Well, that remains with qualified client teams or specialist partners.
And that leads us to our final section, moving together.
To operationalize all of this, integration happens in a very specific order. Step 1 is people. People remain the starting point, needing enough confidence, a shared language, and leadership direction to redesign a workflow well. Step 2 involves actually redesigning those workflows. And finally, Step 3 brings in systems. These systems support the redesigned work with the necessary guardrails, accountability, and visibility.
As organizational leaders navigating this shift, I want you to leave with this core takeaway from today's explainer. AI adoption becomes real when people, workflows, and systems move together.